episode 609 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Gonna be talking all about tonight's WWE Monday Night RAW as things heat up between the WWE Women's World Champion Liv Morgan and Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio as we get closer to the clash at the Castle Premium Live event. Talking all about Raw tonight, right here, right now, 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Hello, Wrestling Fanatics, on this Monday night. Welcome to 360 Wrestling Fanatic. I am Lance Brock. Hope everyone had a great Monday today. It is time to talk all about WWE Monday Night RAW for June 3rd, 2024. Let's get right into it. Raw was live tonight at the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Our commentators for the evening, Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. And first, we start things off. We see some highlights of last week's Raw. Liv Morgan kissing Dominic Mysterio after successfully defending her Women's World Championship against Becky Lynch in a steel cage match. And then in the ring, we get the Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan. Liv says that last week's kiss with Dirty Dom had over 50 million social media views for that video. And she welcomes everyone to the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. She gets quite a bit of boos here. Not quite at the heat that Dominic Mysterio has, but still some heat there. Then we get Dirty Dom making his way out to the ring. And as usual, he tries to speak on the microphone, but the crowd has nothing of it. Loud boos here. We get a "You Suck" chant. And Dom says Mommy isn't playing the same game. When she comes back, she's going to kill Morgan. Then Liv says maybe, but she's probably going to kill you too. And then Liv said something about him being out there wanting to be close to her. She says he didn't come out there to help Becky Lynch. She says that's okay because she meant what she said when she said she wanted to take everything from Rhea Ripley. That includes Dominic Mysterio. And then she starts getting close to him, backs him in the corner, and then we get Dom's Judgment Day teammate Finn Balor running down and backing Liv Morgan up. And Balor tells her that Dom doesn't want anything to do with her. The Judgment Day doesn't either. And Morgan asks, what if he doesn't want to go, and neither does Mysterio? And then Finn Balor's a little upset here with Mysterio. And then we get a video package focusing on the brawl from last week, Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. Jackie Redmond is backstage with Sheamus. She asks him how pumped is he to get in the ring with Kaiser tonight. He says he's really pumped. Kaiser attacked him last week from behind, and Sheamus thought he was Gunther's annoying mouthpiece, but now he thinks that maybe Gunther was holding Kaiser back, and he'll get a chance to go toe-to-toe with the Celtic Warrior tonight. And then, of course, banger after banger after banger. And we see Sheamus leave, and then Kaiser chop box him from behind on the ramp. And these two go at it as security breaks them up. And time for the match, Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. Pretty good match here. Kaiser getting the win though over Sheamus. Kaiser is in the ring celebrating his victory, and then we get an Uncle Howdy QR code. And like I've talked about here on the podcast before, I usually miss these most of the time, and I haven't seen what the most recent one is just yet. And then we go to the Judgment Day clubhouse. Finn Balor's warning Dominic Mysterio not to play with fire. And next up, we have Dragon Lee taking on Finn Balor of the Judgment Day with J.D. McDonough in his corner. And Balor gets the win here with the coup de grace for the win, with an assist from Carlito, of course. Carlito attacks Dragon Lee after the match. Then Braun Strowman comes out with Rey Mysterio for the save. And we get R-Truth talking to Carlito about the Judgment Day. And he says being a part of the Judgment Day were the best days of his life. Even though it was a roller coaster that keeps kicking you. And then we pan over to the Miz standing there. And he says that can't be, since they are the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions right now. And Miz says, R-Truth says Miz is obsessed with the Judgment Day, and he walks off, and Carlito is just there standing, looking confused. And then we get Sami Zayn in the ring. He wants Chad Gable out there, but instead he sends the Alpha Academy, Maxine Dupree, Otis, and Akira Tozawa. And Gable wrote a statement for Maxine Dupree to read, but this was all a ruse, a setup for Chad Gable to come from behind, from the crowd, and attack Sammy. And it looks here for a little bit that the Alpha Academy is going to stand up for themselves against Chad Gable. And Gable eventually makes them leave, and as Otis is getting Tozawa and Maxine out of the ring, Gable pushes Sami Zayn into Otis, knocking Tozawa and Maxine off the apron, and Gable blames it all on Sammy. And then Otis looking conflicted, like he doesn't know what to do. And then he slams Sami Zayn in the middle of the ring, goes to the floor, picks up Tozawa on his back, and carries Maxine off. And we see the Raw general manager, Adam Pearce, in the back, watching on a monitor. And Braun Breaker comes up to him and says he would break Sami Zayn in half. And we find out tonight that Braun Breaker will be in action, taking on Ricochet. And it is time for that match now. Braun Breaker versus Ricochet. Braun Breaker getting the win here. Picking up the win with a spear, defeating Ricochet. Post-match, Breaker knocks Ricochet out of the ring, send him ribs first into the steel steps. The referees come out, try to stop it. And then we get Ilya Dragunov coming out here. Breaker throws the stairs at him. Dragunov ducks that, and he punches Breaker right in the face, knocking him over the guardrail, or barricade, I should say. And then that is broken up. Dragunov goes over and checks on Ricochet. And then we get the LWO backstage, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Zelina Vega. And Jackie Redmond is in the back with Kiana James. She's about to make her in-ring debut on Monday Night Raw, taking on Natalya. And she says to beat the boat would keep her in the 1%. And we have that match now. Natalya Neidhart taking on Kiana James. I guess the 1% is going to be her gimmick now. If you're an independent wrestling fan here in Michigan, especially Clash Wrestling, you know, at one time, 1% was Dragon Greed's gimmick. But here we have a pretty good match, actually. Kiana James getting the win, defeating Natalya in her Monday Night Raw in-ring debut. Then we get an interview. Kathy Kelly with the New Day, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston. And we get Karrion Kross interrupting him. He says the power of positivity is dead. Kofi tells him, though, they still hit hard, and the authors of pain will find that out tonight the hard way. Kofi walks off, and after he leaves, Karrion Kross tells Xavier Woods that he won't have to follow Kingston around after tonight. And he tells him to trust him. And next up, we have Braun Strowman taking on Carlito. Strowman getting the pinfall victory. And then JD McDonough and Finn Balor make their way to the ring, attacking Braun Strowman. Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio, tries to get involved. But then they go out to the floor, and then Liv Morgan runs down and stands in between Strowman and Mysterio. Strowman backs off from Liv Morgan, and then McDonough attacks Strowman with a chair, and then the three of them beat down Braun Strowman with the chair, and Liv Morgan once again getting close to Dominic Mysterio at ringside. But then Balor once again steps in the way, and Liv Morgan backs off. And the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are seen backstage since they were challenged pretty much to come to Monday Night Raw this week by Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce makes this championship match tonight, right now on Raw. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair defending against Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Pretty good match here. The winners of the match, though, via disqualification, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, after Alba Fire and Isla Dawn get involved, causing the DQ. And main event, Jey Uso announces that he's going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match this year. In the back, Kathy Kelly is with Lyra Valkyria. She discusses Becky Lynch, says she's disappointed, but she will come back better. That's how real winning is done, something Liv Morgan knows nothing about. And then Io Sky attacks Valkyria backstage, throws her into one of the garage doors, and starts hitting all the equipment there in the back. Tag team action up next. The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods taking on the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, with the Final Testament, Paul Ellering, Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux in their corner. At one point, Karrion Kross distracts Kofi Kingston, allowing Woods to not get the tag. And the Authors of Pain get the win here. And kind of teasing with this whole angle with Karrion Kross and the New Day. Maybe a split in the New Day. And it is time for the main event. Right here on Monday Night Raw this week. Rey Mysterio taking on the World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest. Pretty fun match here. Damian Priest getting the win. And then we see Drew McIntyre make a run-in and attack Damian Priest. And hit him with a Future Shock DDT. They go to the floor. McIntyre clears the announcer's table. And McIntyre turns, though, grabs Priest by the throat, chokeslams him through the announcer's table with the South of Heaven. And the Judgment Day stands tall to close out Raw. And that was tonight's WWE Monday Night Raw. I thought it was an alright episode of Monday Night Raw. I really wouldn't say that it was anything that you'd maybe want to go out of your way in case you missed it, but still pretty good episode tonight. And like I said, Jey Uso announcing that he's going to be in the Money in the Bank. And also Lyra Valkyria saying she's going to be in the Women's Money in the Bank this year. And we find out Sami Zayn will be defending the Intercontinental Championship against Chad Gable at Clash at the Castle. And that is all for this episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic on this Monday night, episode 609. I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. Right now, while you're listening, you can go in the comment section, either right here on Spreaker, YouTube, or wherever you listen to 360 Wrestling Podcasts at, and leave your thoughts and your opinions on tonight's WWE Monday Night RAW in the comment section. Got a busy week here in the world of pro wrestling. Coming up tomorrow, NXT Jordynne Grace will make her NXT in-ring debut. Also, we'll get the fallout from Ethan Page showing up on NXT last week. Also, tomorrow night, we got the debut of a new docuseries that's going to be in 4 parts on Vice from $7 production, Who Killed WCW. I believe that's going to be on at 10 p.m. Eastern. Then Wednesday, we have Dynamite. Friday, we have SmackDown and Rampage and TNA Against All Odds on TNA Plus. Saturday night, AEW Saturday Collision. And Sunday night, we have the NXT Battleground Premium Live event. Also, this Thursday, a new episode of 360 Anything Goes drops 4 p.m. Eastern, just talking about podcasts, different ones I like and I listen to. So check that out if you can this Thursday. I will be back tomorrow morning for the Tuesday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Hope you will all join me then. But until tomorrow morning, I am Lance and I am a wrestling fanatic.